Hey guys, it's Rianne, and I'm really excited about the video I'm doing today. It's a study skills kind of video. I've had a lot of requests for this video since I talked about it in my What's in My Bag video. So I thought for this video I would show you all of the things that I basically use to study, and then I would go and show you my desk in the second part of this video. So without further ado, let's talk about classes. Starting on the first day of school, your teacher is going to hand you a syllabus for the class. And what I personally do is I look through the syllabus, and my teachers in high school and middle school didn't really do this, but once I got to college, most of my teachers do this, where they line up like week 1, this subject, week 2, this subject, and it'll have like chapters, and they'll put exam 1, essay due, and so I have like a tentative schedule that I can, look through the whole semester and see what is expected of me, which is probably the best thing ever about college, is you know exactly what's expected of you while you're going through it, most of the time. Some professors, not as easy to work with as others, obviously. And so what I do is I pick a color for each of my classes, and when you're picking this color, just as a fair warning, you want to make sure you can get school supplies in a color that is the same or similar. Some of my colors of my stuff that I'll show you in a few minutes, it's not exactly the same color, but it's in the same family. So like red and pink and green and, well, not green actually, but like mustard yellow and then orange, it's kind of the same. As long as there's not two where there's an overlap, you should be fine. So what I do is I pick a color for my class, and I go into iCal, and I make every semester I delete the old ones and make new ones. I make little, I don't even know what they're called, but little headings where I'll have the first class I'm taking, second class, third class, and they'll all be different colors. And then I'll go through my entire semester schedule, if it's given to me, and I'll see exam 2, October 22nd, and I'll go in on October 22nd, I'll click on it, I'll make exam 2, I'll put it in the right color, so everything is coordinated. And every week, I go in, I open my computer up, I see what week it is, and then it has all of my color coordinated, exam 2 is on Thursday, blah, blah, blah. So now school supplies. So I'm going to show you the way I study, but before I do that, I'm just going to show you the school supplies I buy really fast. And so I'll tell you the color of my classes too. This is my first class, which is art history, and basically it's pink/red because I couldn't find any pink rubber bands. And then geography is blue, and then sociology is yellow/orange. So as I said, they're all kind of in the same family of colors, but I couldn't find a bunch of things that were all the same color, but you just have to kind of work with what you have. As long as they're distinguishable, it should be fine. And okay, I don't buy the tabs that come pre-made. I actually make my own with these little stickies, and I'll show you how I do that, but basically, obviously again, art history is pink, geography is blue, and then sociology is orange/yellow. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to show you is my planner, and I'm really sorry this could be a little bit redundant because I did show it in my What's in My Bag video, but the only reason I even bought this planner is because my roommate told me it was an amazing planner, and I was like, okay, how can a planner be amazing? Whatever, I'll just get it. I was so happily surprised with this planner. Basically, what I do inside my planner, okay, so I already told you about how I put all of my exams and paper dates in my computer. The next thing I do is I go through all of the weeks of the semester, and basically the week before something's due in the Friday spot, I'll just write paper 1 for sociology due next week. And then, okay, so right here it says art history quiz February, sociology exam February. Okay, so then the next week I have my sociology exam and art history quiz on the days, so I know exactly when they're going. And then I have a little list of things that I'm supposed to be checking up on with the school, making sure, or not even just with the school, but just in general what I'm working on in terms of school. I have a little list of that stuff back here, and basically that's what I do. Every week I write down on a piece of paper, so I write to do, and then I write the week. So this is February 14th through 19th. And so then I just list out everything I have to do. I had a geography exam, and then I put the date. I had like an abstract due, art history exam. Okay, all of the stuff that's due the week obviously goes first. And then at the bottom I put things that are long term, like, like a quarter project that you have to do or something like that. So I do this every single week, and then if it carries to the next week, I'll pull out a piece of paper the next Monday and I'll write down all the stuff I have to do, and then I'll put things from the last week that didn't get done or still need to be done on the next list. I'm gonna go over really fast how I take notes in class. And basically what I do is for each subject, I keep another little folder in my file cabinet, and I'll show that to you as well. And so obviously geography, sociology, because I already established the colors. So I am currently working on the second section that we're going to be tested on. So all of my notes that I took in class for my first section, I take the notes in class like this. Basically, I go to school, I write out all of my notes in class, you know. Then I come home, and as soon as I get home, I type them all out on my computer, and then I print them, and then when I'm done with my notes, I throw them into one of my little colored file folders. And then at the end of the section, when all of the papers that are related, you know, all the different notes from section 1 are done, I staple them together and keep them in a little packet. And then I had my first exam the other day as well, so I have all my exam papers that I use and my study sheet, and I keep that in here as well. And I do that for all of my classes. It's not really any different. So I will go into more detail about the binder that I showed you in my What's in My Bag video. So obviously physical, geography, and intro to sociology, you know, I typed it in on the side too. It doesn't really matter, but I do want to point out that the binder is blue and yellow on the outside and blue and yellow on the inside. And those are the two colors that I assigned to my classes. So obviously, and then if you look at the note cards, blue and yellow. So, you know, you get the point. Okay, so when we go into my binder, I have my homework on this side, and then it says physical geography right here. I also keep my physical geography lab papers in here as well, so if you flip a little bit further back, it has physical geography lab. Okay, so then basically, okay, for all of the papers that are for the class and don't have like information that are important, like important to know for the test on them, I put those on the side. So like on this side, I have syllabus written out. Oh, sorry, there's a big truck outside if you can hear it. And then up here I have projects, notes, extras, all that kind of stuff. Okay. So then I have my syllabus behind my front page that says geography. And then I get into where it says notes. I have one of those in front of all of my notes packages. And after that, I have all of my typed up notes, and they just kind of keep going and going and going. You know, I type them on the computer, and I even redo the diagrams with my computer because I don't know, it just makes it easier to see, and I know exactly how to write it. When I took my test, I had to not regurgitate, but I had to draw out all of these diagrams, and typing them up on the computer and putting them in colors really, really did help me when it came to writing them all out and memorizing them. So I recommend that. So that would be those notes that I just showed you were for the first section of notes. So behind my notes tab, I'm actually going to have another tab that says, but I just got to the end of it, so I haven't made it yet, but I'll put another tab. Oh, and this just shows, I don't know what this is. That's random. So I'll put another tab right here, and it says section 1, and then later I'll have section 2, section 3, so I can keep it organized. The way I make note cards is a little bit different. Obviously, as you can tell, this isn't 3x5 because I cut them in half. I use so many note cards that I started going through pack after pack after pack, and I realized if I cut them in half, I still had enough room to put all of the information that I needed to write down. I just didn't have to, you know, use up as much at the same time. So basically, I cut them in half. I go through my notes when I'm making my note cards, and first I take out my book, and I'll go through the book through all the chapters that the teacher has stated, and if there's like a highlighted word in the book, then I will make a card for it and I'll write it down. Or if there's something in the book that the teacher had explained but the book explains it better usually, I'll look through that, I'll read it, I'll put it on a card sort of in a more condensed way. And then I'll go through my notes after I get all of my cards made from my book. I'll go through my notes, and for every little heading that I have, sorry, my phone is just blowing up right now, I don't know why. And for every little heading that I have, I'll put whatever was supposed to, like right here it says, what is geography? And then it has like the little Latin roots. So I have a card somewhere in here and it says, what is geography? And then like in brackets, Latin roots. And then, so that's all I have to show you for right now about my supplies. So next I'll show you how I organize my desk and my file cabinet. Okay, so here's just kind of an overview of my whole desk. I have to apologize, this is not really how you're supposed to use this kind of camera, but I'm going to do my best at trying to show you everything that I have going on. Okay, so over here really fast, underneath my desk I have a little bit of a shelf, and this is where I keep my printer. And over there is where I keep my printer paper, and I also keep my lined paper underneath it. Now the reason that it's not open and doesn't have any paper is because I only put paper in there when I'm printing, so that way when I'm sitting at my desk I'm not always ramming my shin into the paper drawer. Okay, and then starting here at the first drawer, oh, some of this stuff looks familiar, right? This is just the top left drawer of my desk. And in here I just have basically a bunch of wires. As you can see, lots of wires going on. These are like my phone charger, my cable for my camera, all that kind of stuff. And then obviously I have my pencil bag, I have my calculator on top of my planner, I have my, some empty note cards, which I keep in these little red things. And then I have little post-it notes and pencils and my big pens. And then over here I have my, little pouch thing with all of my sharp drawer. And then now going over to this drawer on the right hand side of my desk, I have a little organizer here in the bottom. This is where I keep my colored post-it notes. I have a pencil, a Sharpie, some scissors, a glue stick, a flash drive, some staples, a protractor, a little flip camera that I can't really use because I think it's broken, and then I have my paper clips, a stapler, some more little post-it notes, and then I have my stacks of flashcards right here, which when it gets bigger I'm going to have to move somewhere, but for right now that's where I'm keeping them. And then I have a ruler, and then back here in this colored, there we go, I have colored paper clips, my rubber bands, some push pins, smaller push pins, and then I have colorful little paper securers in here. Okay, and over here I have my little file cabinet thing. This is also from IKEA, and I keep my school bag right there. Obviously I empty all of the things that I keep in my school bag out and put them into the desk during the day, and then in the morning I throw everything I need in my bag. Okay, so in here I have my paper, I keep my binders right here, I have my books, and I just kind of squish a bunch of random books and stuff in here. And then over here I have my note, like where I keep all my old notes, and then down here I have my extra little boxes that have the study cards in them, and yeah, so that's all I keep in there. So that's pretty much the end of how I study. I tried to explain it as thoroughly as possible while still saying succinct because I don't want this video to be like 25 minutes long. I hope that I help you. It took me a really long time to figure out a process that worked for me as far as studying, because I'm not one of those people who can sit in class and listen to the teacher say something and then automatically know it. I really do have to study very hard, and I hope that this helps you. It doesn't work for everyone, but it sure does work for me, and I hope that if you have the chance you get to try it, and I hope that it helps you out. Alright, thanks for watching so much, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!